I just want to make a quick video on really being where you're at, because only until you really embrace where you're at experientially, you will be able to see where you can go, how deep you will venture inside yourself. For example, someone who is not nurtured, taken care of, some aspect of themselves, some health and wellness area, it's not even an option to you. You may think this is the highest and most admirably approachable way to guide your life. Oh, health, wellness, and fitness is everything, because you don't yet really know what it's like to have that as a kind of integral embrace. Like, it's really a fabric of your being. And it's well oriented in the psychological, emotional, physical structure of just whatever you are. Um, when something is taken care of, meaning it is kind of constantly being well managed, only then it is an option to be a certain way. Then you have the actual freedom, that is to say, the liberation necessary to actually make decisions unconditionally, not based upon this or that, because the conditions have been met, they've been taken care of. And they've been taken care of because they are being taken care of. You see? Um, just, it's kind of one of those, like, your past is your present, your future is your past, all that kind of thing, because the present is like the middle structure of everything. If you're not taking care of it now, it's not going to happen, and in a way, it doesn't matter if it happened because it's not that way anymore. So everything is in flux through this middle point, through this middle way, which is the present, the mysterious gift of the moment, right? And as long as you're attending that, um, the freedom to make a decision in and of your own, in a balanced and harmonious way, will never really be completely yours. It'll always be dependent upon, if my health is poor, well then I have to orient myself intensely to whatever measure in that direction, doing whatever it is to make myself healthier in whatever way is required. And if I'm not kind, then I must work on being kinder. If I don't embrace my emotions, I can embrace my emotions. Just whatever it is that you're denying, essentially. You have not allowed the acknowledgement of what is beckoning for nourishment, and allowing that integral embrace, that embrace which allows it to be a fabric of your being. You have then not yet known what that means. Only when you know what it means and you're embracing it as a presently lived life experience, a felt presence of the immediate moment, truest to you, you will not know what the freedom of true decision, true choice, true whatever you want to call it, is. If I've taken care of my health and, I'm very well nourished, and, the mental complex, that is, it's not rigid, it's flexible, I can put on anything I want, personification wise, mask character, whatever you want to call it wise. And you have the temperance, the kind of felt vigor for whatever emotion is maybe appropriate in a social dynamic, environment. Um, I mean, like, at a funeral, you're not going to burst out laughing, you know what I mean? That kind of thing. Like, you have that kind of emotional maturity and availability and maneuverability, meaning you're feeling everything simultaneously, but kind of maybe what to display in a certain moment. Just whatever you have kind of under your belt integrally, that is what is now an option for you to wield. Um, but I mean, if you haven't really integrated something, you pretty much have no choice but to, in some way of your experience and the way it feels, kind of go to battle, you know? Um, because that's what you're already in, is a state of resistance. So essentially, you're already in some kind of little internal conflict, right? There is no external conflict. You perceive and feel it out there because that is what's already going on innately. In all instances, simply said, it's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. It's better to be ready for situations, scenarios, experiences that may or may not happen, and know that you can handle it for what they are. And that is the only way that we'll ever know what true decision is. And when I say that, I really just mean like liberation. Like, I don't mean like intentional detachment or anything like that. Like, just the knowingness inside. Like, I am making this decision simply because I am making it through the mere desire of wanting to make it. You're not set in your decision based upon whatever conditions have yet to be met and integrated within one's complex, whether that be body, mind, emotion, whatever. Until conditions are met, you will not know the necessity of your desire. The desire is always to be boundless. It's to be beyond whatever set parameters and conditions and marginalized measurements of how, life should be felt and seen and whatever. You stop having biases and prejudices, and you just want to go beyond it. You want to go beyond the senses. You will never just have no sense of self or reality or whatever is going on. You will always have a sense of self and whatever is happening there. So why not cultivate and nourish a self that is so optimal in its well-being that you actually have the opportunity to integrate yourself in a kind of adventurous exploration beyond, into the subtleties that seem beyond the senses. Why not allow yourself this kind of curious freedom? After all, life is but a moment. We live for 4 billion years, but I mean, in terms of our experience, that is simply a moment. Between the moment you're born, the moment you die, how long did you really have? Do you know what it's like to live 4 billion years, or do you know what it's like to live in this moment? If the obvious answer is the second, then you know not to miss a moment. And if you know enough not to miss a moment, then why wouldn't you allow yourself this curious expansion?